Hey, Projectiles, how's it going, man? Knives of life. Thank you. Hey, Hammy. Thank you, Sandor. I've got a lot of slip joints out today. Here. Hey, Clint. Something else. All right. Hey, Muhammad. Hope everybody's having a good day. And give away your Migron Norsa today to a friend. Nice. That's a good one, man. Yeah. Hey, Ground Fog. How's it going? Shay, what's up? Posted a little short today on this Tactile. This thing is scary light. Like it's got to be like less than 2 ounces. So it makes me a little nervous because it also doesn't have a real hard pull, but it's really nice and it's crazy sharp. I'm not a lanyard person. It came with one on it, but this is a nice little slip joint. Laser Ghost. Robo. Got some Robo stickers in today. So let's see here. Some really cool stuff's going to be coming in. See, I was supposed to have a new Tenables today, but it didn't show up. And there was something else that was supposed to be here that did not show up. Oh, a new Remit. Casey sent my way to check out. Should be cool. So I've got some knives for the 2-year giveaway this week, but Mr. Jimmy Crow, hey Brown Sugar, Mr. Jimmy Crow sent a knife in for us to also include in the giveaway. Should I do one so Hemi can win a Robo sticker? So I've never had a bird before. This is like the budget brand of, man, I'm having one of those days where I just forget everything. Of Spyderco. Hey, Neil. These are nice. That Warncliffe. But Jimmy Crow etched a bird on it. A crow. And it's got a back lock. Made in China, and it's 8CR. But man, it's a nice little knife. I think that's cool. So this will be part of the giveaway. It's a back lock. So that's pretty cool. It does, doesn't it, Robo? I don't know how he did that, but it said it's acid etched in. So that'll be part of the giveaway. Super stoked about that. And thanks, Jimmy, if you're listening. So we'll have that. We'll have some other knives. And we got some new ones coming in this week. Man, it's Monday. It is. Thank you, David. Yeah. It totally makes the knife totally like a whole different thing, just that little bit. But I'm digging this thing. But somebody's gonna win it. And let's see here. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen, there's like these Work Pro metal boxes. They look like toolboxes, but they're really only like 8 to 10 inches off the ground and like 13 inches wide. I was thinking that'd be a cool thing to display some slip joints in and stuff. And so I reached out to them, to Work Pro, and was like, I've done stuff for some of their tools before, and was like, hey, I think I could make some cool videos with one of these. Not even knowing if they'd see my message. Hey, Joe, Waylon. And they said they're going to send one out. So that's actually, I mean, that blew my mind. That's super cool. And Concept EDC, all the stuff that's non-knife stuff. So they got their own website, Concept EDC. They have some new titanium tools, like Torx and stuff. And when I look at the different Torx, there's the real cheap crap, which I usually buy and break, and then I don't have one when I need one, and I replace it with cheap. Or there's like the really nice expensive ones that I never buy because I just feel like it's so expensive. Concept has titanium ones with high-end bits that are going to be around $70. And they're going to ship one out so I can test one out. And I feel like that's a really good compromise. You're getting a titanium handle, and you're getting good bits. And I'll tell you guys, I went through so many bits. I'm so over T6, so over it. Your Cobalt bit driver is legit for 12 to 14 bucks. You have to send me an image, Shay, because man, I bought so many. The first one I ever bought broke the first time I used it. And every time they break, it's always on the 6s. Oh, man. So my goal is to convince companies to go 8 and up. And maybe actually, for all the knives that I try to do stuff with, actually have a good driver. Bluminati, 4 months. Get the sprinkle salute. Lowe's is maybe that's part of the problem. I was like I was an Amazon guy, but now we go to Fleet Farm a lot. But I haven't really looked into see if they have like Torx sets. I'm sure they do. But so yeah. Still working on a new setup where maybe I'll be able to set it up so I can have my face out there so people can see my beard is beyond right now. Bluminati, good to see you. Somebody asked me about getting a logo etched, so I told them to check you out. Yeah, Fleet Farm's cool. They got a lot of stuff. What was funny was I went there and I was like, hey, you guys got pocket knives, and I knew they did, but I just didn't know where or how many. And the guy tried to convince me I needed a bug out because that was the best knife in existence and worth the money and everything. I was like, no, I know my knives. I'm good. I just want to look. He's like, well, I'm telling you, nothing will beat that. I'm like, dude, I have a channel. It's okay. I review knives. I don't need a bug out. But it was cool. And I'll probably go back there for some more stuff, but yeah. Nice, Hemi. Yeah, they had a real good selection. They had a better selection than like, what was it? I went like the Bass Pro Shops and stuff. Like, didn't have nearly the selection for knives or pews. No, nothing's wrong with a bug out, Shay, but like, he was trying to tell me that's like the only knife I would ever need. And I was like, dude. I need all the knives. They actually had a Kershaw Launch 4 and I in all black, and I was like actually considering that, but I didn't. Yeah. All right, we don't need that in here, man. First of all, I'd be demonetized. Second of all, that's not what I collect. Also, financially could not collect. But if you are interested in that stuff, Daily Gear Guide has a new channel now for that, and so does Lefty. So you can get all that content there. But I don't want to lose. Yeah, thank you, Bluminati. I don't need any warnings. Yeah, that also. No, I grew up and was very much, you respect that. Yeah. But so yeah, we got some cool stuff coming. And let's see here, what else? Hopefully it won't stay super freezing so I can get some outdoors stuff filmed. All right, have a good one, Neil. Hey there, OC Omega. I haven't done any big paintings in a while, and I think I might do that. I just been having to save up for that. Dude, the cost of stuff lately, like the cost of paint seems to go up about every other month, but the cost of the panels, they've like tripled in the past 6 months, and that's not fun. Now also, thank you, Smooth Bandito. Yeah, CJRB now has some box cutters out. Yeah, you can get the crazy lemon. You can get it in watermelon, but then they also have like black and blue. It's a nice little box cutter. I like how they did some jimping up here, so you can kind of just get down in there. And then need to tighten this guy up. It's got a little bit of wiggle, but that just, I need to Loctite it. Hey, Roger. Yeah, we're pretty good. We didn't get the snow or the ice. We just got really cold. It got to be like -40. Oh, 1 month, Mr. Mouse. Sprinkle salute to you, my friend. I appreciate that greatly. Yeah, so they have these on Amazon or CJRB. I have links for both, but of course I don't have them to post in here at this exact moment. But you don't have to use my links if you don't want. They have these in both places. Amazon has them on sale for $32 right now. And it comes with 10 blades. So that's pretty cool that it comes with 10 blades. And it's what I like is it's easy in and out. You push the button, you pull it out, push the button, slide it in, and it's good to go. I hate those ones where you gotta screw them and all that work. Just let me put a new blade in and keep going. It's got a nice little spot here with jimping, so you can kind of choke up a bit. I mean, I know it's just a box cutter. I've checked out a handful. I really liked that sheepdog one, but it was fairly large, and this one's a lot more compact. So if you're just keeping it in your pocket for work, I will say the effort to put that jimping there and that choil, and here, and they have different jimping here. That really impressed me. I think they put a lot of thought into that. You got a Rivery Zero and it's hard to reassemble. Yes, Casey got one and it broke while he was trying to assemble it. So I got sent one to check out. I do have to send it back. Cool little thing, but yeah. You got one of those Gerber box cutters. I'll have to check those out. I like box cutter. I mean, I use them so often. But But yeah, the Zero is really cool, but I also don't feel like it's something I would enjoy on the daily. On this, no, but they're replaceable. So it comes with, first of all, it came in this tiny little box, but it comes with 10 different blades. They're all the same. So it comes with 10 of them. I mean, you could sharpen it, but you don't really need to. And then you just change it out, push in, and you can pull it out. And then same way to get it back in. Gotta pay attention because I'm like looking at the video. And then it's in. And it's pretty secure. So, oh yeah, this is really nice. And then they have different colorways. So if you want something funny, that's cool. But they also have blue and then like a black one. But I'm enjoying this one a lot. The mini, the Pittsburgh box cutter, $5. That's a good deal. There's been times where I've bought box cutters as giveaway knives because they're so useful. Super handy. But and the fact that I can just change the blade in an instant, that's a huge factor for me. Like you've seen some of those name brand ones, you gotta like bring a screwdriver out, and so that means you need your multi-tool there just to change the blade, and quite an ordeal. So the order I would go in is I'd take the CJRB first, then I would go to the sheepdog one. So that's probably the order I would go in. The sheepdog is definitely beefy. So if you're just using it around the house, that's cool. But if you're actually taking it to work, this could be handy because it's smaller. Unless you are literally busting packages all day and cardboard, then I would say go with a beefier one. But it gives you so much blade. Like, I used to just carry the little cheap steel box cutters, and they gave you like half the blade if you were lucky. This gives you almost the full blade, which is nice. Yeah, they're very useful. Let's see here. So yeah, I'm sending the Zero back. It was just lent to me. While this is cool, it's also it's super cool, but to change the blade is a lot of work. And if you bust the spring, you're gonna have to find a spring. Now it does have an interesting lanyard spot. Plus, if you scratch this all up, this is $95. And it utilizes these, you don't get nearly as much blade to work with. While it's super cool and, maybe something for around the house, it wouldn't be a go-to for me. Yeah. Now, who was it? If you go to Tac Knives, they have those aluminum box cutters I don't have in front of me that I've talked about so much. Those things are amazing, those OTF box cutters. I think they're like $50, but you can use my code Titanium and get 20% off. And it comes with blades, comes with a handful of blades, and that's really cool OTF. Yeah, I recommend that one all day long. Yeah, it is. That's one thing that is cool. Like if you're looking for American made, the Zero is a good way to go. It's just not as practical if you're doing a ton of work. If you're doing like some light stuff, yeah, definitely. Yeah, and this is the newer one. This is they call it the smooth operator. Yeah. These are available at Lone Star Knife and Supply. They got different colorways. You have a Gen 1? Yeah, this one's a newer one. I'll show you. This is Raider CLC green. Yeah. So I'll be sending that back, but it does come in some nice packaging with stickers and it's fun. It's fun to play with and looks cool. But if I'm actually going to work with stuff, I'm going to pick a different one probably. Yeah. Then you definitely should check out that sheepdog one, Shay. I think you would like that. Just don't let anybody take it. But so yeah, in the next day or two, it's quite possibly, I don't know, when do you guys want to do the giveaway? Like, I normally don't announce it publicly so that all the regulars get the chance for the giveaway. But I like to give people time to know that, you know, hey, we're doing the giveaway. So it could be tomorrow, it could be Wednesday, whatever you guys think. Hey, Thomas. Let me know when if you guys think tomorrow's too soon or not. Thank you, Omega. Because we'll do a fun giveaway for the 2 years. It's crazy, 2 years. Man, this is cool. I'm gonna have to buy one of these and then message Jimmy Crow and be like, "Can you put some crows on there for me?" I think these run like 45, but it's a nice Warncliffe. Do it right now. I'd like to, but I want to make sure everybody has the chance. I will say I don't do those like entry videos and everything, because while it'll bring like, you might get like 10 extra people or something, but you know, those 10 might not stay or ever show up again. And I'd rather give you guys who actually pop in every day the chance to win stuff. But I think we're going to have multiple winners and there's going to be some cool stuff. Oh, that would be cool, Shay. That would be really cool. The other day I was just sketching and I was like, if I did like a Barlow or something, you know, like I should do a donut as the as like the main piece on there. Like, you know, Rosecraft has like the R and the C, your case has case. But like Kathleen said, Blade HQ would probably come after me. He doesn't send you an instant message from the Blade Chief coming soon. It's wild. Awesome. I can't wait to check that out. That'll be cool. Blue does do etching, yeah. I haven't yet. So I did do a video last week on this. This is the TPK traditional pocket knives Kentucky Holler Jack. Now you can get a ton of different handles. This one's called Ultraviolet, and I liked it because I didn't see many people have it, and it really reflects great in the sun. But you got 154. This is more of a spear point. Steel, but it is, the build on it is awesome. And it's got some good jimping. First giveaway. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, there you go. And it's a little guy. It's not a big slip joint, but it's done really well, and I like it a lot. They have a whole bunch. They have like maybe 8 different colorways over at TPK. They run 115. You can use my code TitaniumTPK, and it'll give you like 10% off. This one is a quiet carry, and this is all titanium, and this is in 20 CV and hollow ground. And I really like this one. Got it in a trade from one of my favorites. So this has been on my list for quite a while, and I like it a lot. And the fact that I got it in a trade from somebody is cool too. Very slicey, yeah. So getting to check this out, I was shocked how I knew this was smaller, this Tactile one, but it is crazy skinny, like super narrow. But a long blade, and this thing is ridiculous sharp. I'm gonna go check out slip joints. Yeah, I like folders and I like slip joints a lot. I would say unless you're already a case fan. Oh yeah. Unless you're already a case fan, I would just move up. Rosecraft is unbeatable at the price point of like $60. If you want to try cheap stuff that's actually good, Rough Rider, you can get in for $20 on really good knives. But Rosecraft, D2 all day long. And then you're going to get sucked into Jack Wolf. And then yeah, I like case knives too. It's just sometimes when you get a case, it's not going to be centered or something. Sometimes the build or the quality control isn't as nice. Now, this Sodbuster is actually my most carried slip joint last year. It's definitely a different one. I got it at an old mom and pop hardware store. They just had it sitting in a little display by itself. And it's from 2021, so it had been sitting there since then. But the thing about this one that's different is it's got a thicker blade stock and it's full hollow grind, where most Sodbuster Juniors are not hollow ground, but this one is. And the other thing that sucks me in about Case is they have amazing colorways and they have names that just pull you in. Like there was one called Kentucky Bluegrass, and it reminded me when I used to work selling like seeds and stuff like that. So Case can suck you in. Hey, Kathleen. There you go. But if we're talking like quality and usage, I mean, Rosecraft for the money is unbeatable. Jack Wolf's Gateway series, you got to get those pretty much on release though. Or you could go up into some premium Jack Wolf's. I watched him on a live the other night, and people were asking, because I talk to Ben here and there, we're friends, and he's very quiet about what he has coming down the road. He likes to surprise people. So I run a pass around for him, and I don't know what the next knife is going to be until I get shipping information. Hey, Wyvern, good to see you. So yeah, even running the pass around, like I don't know what the next knife is until I get the shipping information, and it gives the name and a picture. But he did say on a live the other night he's gonna focus a lot on the gateways this year. We're gonna see a lot more gateways than some other things. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. Hey, Kelly. So those gateways, while they sell out fast, you're getting such a good knife for the money too. Doing good, man. Doing good. Good to see you too. Hope your back isn't hurting from all the snow. I hope everybody's doing good and staying safe with the snow. Seems like most people are doing pretty good, but I know how that can be. So many years of moving snow, and then my family owns a lot of property. So as a teenager, I would clean out rentals in the summer, and I would shovel in the winter. And It's no fun. So yeah, I think the next one will be a gateway. Definitely Kathleen. The pattern I am curious about. I think we're gonna get, like a Kieranite acrylic. I I think it's gonna be a single blade. I've heard him say two blades are just not really on the table right now. The last two have kind of been spear point like. So my dream would be a low drag, like when he did the low drag, where it's a big belly kind of a thing. But man, anytime I guess what he does, it always ends up being something else. But I think we'll see something. You know what yeah, he did do that. I think it'll be some sort of clip point jack pattern. We haven't seen a teardrop from him yet. I'd be really interested to see a gateway teardrop. Ooh, yeah, he hasn't done a Sodbuster style yet either. When Rosecraft did theirs, they did it with a half stop, whereas Case doesn't. And I thought adding that half stop was a really good choice. I really like, they call it the farm hand, because you can't use the name the Case owns. Show the little knife that says Tactile. Yeah. So this is the Tactile Bear. This one's in G10. You can also get it in titanium. It is a super thin, slicey slip joint. I mean, this is ridiculous thin. I mean, I can completely hide that. So it's a slip joint. It's got a half stop. It's in Magna Cut, and it's so thin. It's ridiculously slicey. It does come with this little lanyard on it, but it is already a 4-finger knife. I do not need that lanyard. It has a light pull to it. I mean, for me, I would consider it a 5.5. But yeah, it's a really good length. It has to be under 2 ounces, I would think. It is so lightweight, but really nicely done. Yeah, it's really nice. You can get those Tactile. These are fully USA made, USA Magna Cut. Everything is made in the US from Tactile. So this is a full USA build. It runs on Torx, which is nice. You have the new Jack Wolf with the brown and the blue on it. So I do have that one, but since I run the pass around, I sent it off, and Bob's Pocket Knives just had it, and it's on its way to BEDC. And then after him, it goes to a Therapeutic Edge, and after that, it'll come back to me. And I can do some more with it. That thing is a beast. One thing I thought was interesting, Bob's Pocket Knives, his favorite knife is like a Sodbuster, and he thought it reminded him of a Sodbuster that was just beyond giant. That is the only slip joint where I have not felt comfortable closing it with one hand. And I also, if you guys notice in my videos, I always do the trick where I fully open it with my finger. I did not do that with that new Jack Wolf. The size of it made it have a strong pull, and I did not want to hurt myself on accident. Plus, Ben also made me promise I wouldn't do any tricks to hurt myself or cut a finger off. But then I was shocked because Bob's Pocket Knives, he closed that thing with one hand, and it freaked me out. And usually it doesn't bother me because I've played with them so much, but I was like, good Lord, man. Yeah, it's fun. I'm in a couple. Sometimes I have to bow out of them for a little while because shipping gets really expensive after a while. Um, yeah, Bob's a good guy. I like him a lot. Um, he's a good friend. Um, that's why this community is crazy. Like, you meet people. A lot of us have channels, but we all get along. We're all friends. Um, and but yeah, I was shocked to see him close that with one hand. That thing was a strong pull. um, yeah. So let's see here. So this week we'll have a Tactus knife to see. We will have a new Tenables, some concept EDC on the way, but with the weather, I don't know if that'll be this week or next week. Oh yeah, the pass-arounds. The pass-arounds are great because you can really get your hands on stuff. We can't buy all the knives, unfortunately. Kelly. There's some brands that just, are limited numbers. Like, I would love to have a ton of Berg's blades, and they got a release coming out this Friday, but I just don't have the money, to buy so many knives to show off. So, I know the past lefty's gonna get one probably, and eventually I'll put my name in and get to check it out, and that's really cool. People who know me here always say I'm a good guy, but I'm not a nice one. However, I try to be a neighbor, good neighbor. That's not everybody's built for first impressions. I don't think I probably am. Okay. I meant was, do knife companies ever give you freebie knives? Yes. I'm always honest about that. I don't try to hide it. I don't want to ever let it change my reviews. And one thing about that is, I've talked to people. I've talked to Lefty and stuff. We have lengthy conversations as guys, if stuff like that would get in our way. But if there's something I'm looking forward to coming out, and even if I didn't have to pay for it, it got sent to me, and it turned out to be a bummer, I'm still going to be bummed even though I didn't have to pay for it. It's not going to make me like it or love it less. I might judge it a little bit more with it being free. One example, if it's just something that I don't think there's value in, I don't review it. And if a company sends it and I say that, I will send it back. I have never had to have that happen, thankfully. Hey, old school, good to see you. But there are times in the pass around, I got to check out. So the one this year that I tried to make a video on a couple times and I just chose not to. And it seemed like it might have been a one-off issue, but the budget Chavez, $90, D2, aluminum. Okay, it's a Chavez and it's going to cost a little bit more money. Shows up to me. I was the second person on the list, so it's brand new. It was completely off-centered, and it also had rust on the D2 already. And I tried to make a video showing I was cleaning it, and I was trying to show these points, but I just got to the point where I was like, I'm not going to recommend this knife, so I'm not going to waste people's time. Now, if there's a knife I don't like, but I know that somebody else will, no problem. I will review it, and I'll say, hey, this isn't my kind of thing, but I know there are people who would really like or benefit from this. What do I think of hey Wayne, what do I think of the QSP jumping jack? I haven't gotten to check one out in hand yet, but from what I've seen, I think it looks beautiful. And everybody's had really good things to say about that. It's really cool. Like, I do minimal fixed blade stuff, and I've seen fixed blades that I could give or take. Tenable sent this one to me for free, and I was like, okay, I don't carry many fixed blades. Oh, knives are live. Thank you for that hot chocolate. I appreciate that, man. Some sprinkles for that. Thank you. But all in all, this came crazy sharp out of the box. I really like the ergos. Now, this choil I would not use as my finger, and I really like choils, but that little harpoon is perfect there. But I will say this. This sheath sucks. I shouldn't say sucks, but it doesn't click much when it locks in. And you know, you could say everybody complains about all sheaths. So I don't think there really is a perfect sheath. But this knife, I really recommend this knife. The D2, G10, full tang, extremely sharp, really good ergos for $50. And I think that is well worth the money. That's right, Robo. I saw your thing. What movie was that? I used to watch that as a kid. The arm wrestling movie, man. Over the Top. You know, and there's also times where companies, though, they'll send me something and then ask me to forward it on to the next person. The concept version handled, had no issue with a locking sheath. Yeah, and see, that's the thing is like, even when I buy a knife, I will go watch 3 or 4. I do like how this makes it easy for you to choose which way you want to carry it. It just didn't lock up great. But I still go watch 3 or 4 videos. I'll pick 2 people that I like and I trust their reviews. And then I'll pick somebody who usually disagrees with me on knives just to see both sides of it before I spend money on an expensive one. But I try to be honest, but I'm also very enthusiastic about knives. So have a good one, Shay. Good talking to you. So I like to point out the good parts. You know, and I'll say this, a company might send something once and never send something again. Sometimes companies like to work with you and they send just stuff here and there. You know, Rosecraft sends me quite a bit, and I'm very appreciative of that. But I also really stand by their products. I think their products are great. But then there's also times they'll send me something and then ask me to mail it to another person, and that person mails it to the other. So it's kind of like a pass around. But I will say 90% of the knives I show I've probably bought. And then 10% are 15% are pass around, and maybe 5% are something I've been given. More often than not, I buy it or it's pass around. And I shouldn't say 90 because it's probably more like 25% pass around. And one thing is, you can show the same knife more than once. It's impossible to keep up with showing something brand new every day. So if there's something I really like, I show it more than once. Have a good one, Mr. Mouse. But, you know, and trades. I do trades with people. So I try to keep that up, to check out different stuff. But I'll always be honest. You know, most companies value the honesty, though, so that they can see what's right or wrong. So I would say most of the companies pretty much want to know if there's something you don't like. Now, they don't want you to just sit around and bash it either, which is not something I will do. I just wouldn't film it. But, I mean, even with some of the brands that I really enjoy, I've said if something seemed off, and you guys know how that has went. So, yeah, I do get some free ones. I do pay for quite a bit. What's funny is some companies will give me a discount because they know I'm going to put it out there for people to see. Some companies won't even reply back, and that's fine. I probably won't review them as much, not because they're not wanting to work with me, but because I can't always afford all the knives. But if I can get a discount somewhere and get 2 knives or something, you know, then I can review more. So that's usually what I do. But if you guys ever want to see something that's reasonable priced, reviewed, I will gladly do that. I've reached out to companies before, and they either say yes or no, and then I decide whether I can afford to buy it or not. So I try to do what I can, but I always like to be honest, because if you guys buy a knife and it ends up sucking, like if I told you guys a knife was good and 3 of you buy it and it sucks, you guys aren't going to come back and trust me again. So I try to be more honest. You guys are watching me, and I really appreciate that. I have checked out Fintiso. I've checked out maybe 2 of theirs, but it's probably been over a year since I've checked any of theirs out. That's right, Wyvern. We answer to the viewers first. And anybody who thinks that they should always give praise because they've been given something should go watch Lefty. Lefty is brutally honest, but he is very fair. And he's had companies that he's had to deal with that said, we don't want to send you anything if you're not going to say something super nice. And he has flat out said, then don't send me anything. I respect that a lot. Right. He does. He gets a lot of stuff sent to him because he runs a giant pass around, and he does a lot for the community and the guys. So, exactly. If 4 guys say this knife is great, and then I buy it and I review it and say it sucks, I'm probably being honest. A lot of people liked that Chavez, and maybe I got the bad one out of the stack, but I still, I had nothing really interesting to say about it. So that's why I always watch a couple reviews. Oh yeah, and I will say, most of the brands want to hear that feedback because they want to up themselves over the competition. So it's very rare when you find one that gets really bent out of shape. And if they do, or some of them will reach out and be like, hey, we want you to do this, but we want you to film it this way. Now, if there's features they want me to showcase, yeah, sure, no problem. Send it over. I will make sure I pay attention to this. But if they tell me to, we want you to take this, but do it in the style Neves would do it. Well, that's not what I do. Neves does that. Send it to Neves. This is what I do. I do these unboxings. I do these short reviews. I do lives daily and we talk about it. But I don't want you to send me a 3-page, this is how you want it filmed. Because some companies have been want it down to we need it to be 27 seconds, cover these 45 things, and filmed in this way. And I'm like, I'm going to have to pass possibly, because if I can't do it, I'm not going to do it. My style is my style, and I'm glad it resonates with people, but I'm also I'll gladly highlight features, but I'm not going to be able to change how I do things. It's just like my art. This is how I do it. And everybody does it their way. So if you want it to be exactly like somebody's, go to that person. So I just try to keep integrity is a very important part. And I just think about how it could all disappear in a day. You never know. Robots will be telling us what pocket knives to buy soon. So exactly, I watched channels for quite a while before I thought about doing it, and I had this style in mind, and I saw Everyday City Carry a few years ago, and he was doing stuff that I was really digging how he was filming it. And then I found Sharp AF on how he did it, and I was like, God, that is so. I liked it. I could sit and watch his videos, 10 or 11 videos in a row. Like, I was like, this is cool. I like this. This is the kind of way I'd like to film. So I didn't want to take a style, but I saw that it could be done in the way I wanted. Always bugs me someone does their art their way and someone comes in and tries to tell them they're doing it wrong. Exactly. And I run into that, being an artist as my day job, there's always somebody who's like, can you do this in beige? Can you do this in black and white? Or can you show me how to do this so I don't have to buy it from you? Or and my answer is no. You see what I do, you like it, cool. If you don't, you don't. That's it. Videos. You just make shorts when you have content. And that's exactly what I did, Thomas. The best advice I can give after doing this for 2 years is don't burn yourself out or try to keep up with anybody, because there's always somebody that's going to have more free stuff, been doing it longer, has more money access, has more free time. I started with shorts and I did one video a week until I had saved up and was able to figure out how to do what I wanted in my long form and what I wanted to do when I had enough knives to do shorts. When I first started, I was picking up a lot of Migrons that were like $30 and they were really good knives. Hey, Kevin Smith. Not the producer. When they say nice things, send a nice product. LOL. Exactly. And, for the most case, that's usually what happens. It's pretty decent. It's rare that there's something that's just like, my God, what is this? And there's been stuff where I want to review, like CKRT has that really cool axe, and I message and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing some axe content, and they're like, they want somebody who's already doing that kind of content, and that's fair, that's fine. Yeah, Robin, the thing is, a few years ago you used to do Vapor TV on a weekly show. That's cool. But remember, there's people that post every day multiple times, but you got to do what's best for you and not worry about how fast you're growing. Just you grow at your own rate. And, Ray puts out 6 to 7 videos a day. I couldn't do 6 or 7 videos a day. So more power to him. I try to keep it to 1 or 2. And when I first started, it was 1 a week. So that's go at your own pace. You will grow your own way. Some people grow fast. Some people grow differently. I see a lot of you guys in my lives all the time, and I appreciate seeing all you guys all the time, or new people coming in, as opposed to having 50 different people every time. So, yeah, definitely. I like doing the shorts a lot, obviously, because I post more shorts than anything. I do like to do the long form to give more information to you guys, and I've been trying to kind of blend that into the shorts, or maybe instead of a 30-second short, I give you guys like a minute and a half, but it covers more detail. So I try to mix it around. So yeah, and also like having friends, Iowa AK lives like 10 minutes from me, and he has a giant knife collection. So sometimes I'm like, you got anything new I could film? Talk about that's exactly it, Robin. Like I don't with some people's lives, or that a lot of times they do them once a week and stuff, so they have kind of an agenda. Like, hey, they go over what they went through during the week and hang out. I kind of just wing it, and yeah, exactly. I just like coming in, hanging out. We always start with knives and end up talking about a different subject every day, and that's what I like. Yeah, a little community. We all hang out. One thing brought us here, but now we can, we can go over whatever. That's my plan, anyways. It's like a little hangout. um, you know, so. And then what I'm interested in for the day is what I put out on the table and go from there. But yeah, and let's see here. So today's Monday. So KC's on, as long as his weather's good with his internet. Rob is on. Ray, I think Ray will be on. I know he just got back from SHOT Show. A lot of people tonight. Yeah, you've been bringing in the guests, and that's super cool. I've had a few guests here and there. I've thought about doing it more. Have a good one, old school. Good to see you later. Um, and I like laid back lives. That's why I like to watch. I like to watch KC. I like to watch G-Ball. And I like to watch Loot on Saturdays, man. That's always a laid back, fun hang. Let's see here. And then I kind of pop in and out. Wyvern's got a live. Shay goes live, usually with Tegan on Tuesdays. I like to watch that. So I kind of like to just bounce around to the mellow stuff. But I like everybody. Tri-State's really cool. Ray's cool. So yeah. Satisfaction's always a laid back evening. And my favorite part's the pocket checks. Yeah. So that's what I have for today. I'm going to plug in and charge the phone. I'm going to get something to drink. And I'll see you guys in the lives tonight. And we'll have the thank you, Bluminati. Thumbs up. And we're going to have the 2-year giveaway in the next day or two. So see you guys later.